All right, perfect, cool. So today we're gonna go through obviously everything sales. I think you guys probably have a fair idea of sort of my experience with sales now. So I've been doing it for about 8 years. I absolutely love it. I really, really do. And I like to try and help other people love it as well. For me, sales is the be all end all when it comes to business. Obviously, the more you can sell, the faster you can grow, the more money you've got, the more options and opportunity you've got as well. So today we're gonna go through the sales mindset. Then we'll go through some 90-day planning. So I just want you guys to think about, whether it's online or whether it's your actual businesses, exactly what you want to achieve over the next 90 days. And we're going to reverse engineer that a little bit. Then we'll go through reverse engineering your numbers. So what does that look like? For me, I like to break everything down into daily. It makes it a lot easier when I know that if, say, Travis sent me a KPI for the month or for the quarter, I can break it down daily and I know that every single day, as long as I'm achieving it or overachieving it by a little bit, I'm always gonna get there in the end. And it takes a lot of stress off you doing it that way as well. Then we're gonna go through, so when I get a lead coming in, what's my process from start to finish? Then we're gonna go through when do you stop calling a lead, allocating time to do your sale calls. Like obviously I know that you guys are all business owners and you probably wear majority of the hats, if not all the hats. But you still need to allocate time to do your sale calls, so we'll go through that as well. We're going to go through my call script that I used and implemented at RBT and that the sales team implemented, and that's generated millions of dollars for RBT alone and then for people that we've shared it to. We're going to go through objection handling, so obviously before they even come up. Then we're going to go through staying in control of the conversation, tonality via the call script, like when you're on the phone as well, having authority, overcoming fear, asking for business, asking for referrals, the best SMS templates that I've used that's also generated, hundreds of thousands of dollars, the best email templates, and then I want to go through some of the principles of Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if you guys have read that yet, but I'd highly recommend it. So I want to go through some of the principles there that I think really resonate well with sales. Perfect, cool. All right, let's do it. So let's get started.
And also, guys, after Ruben's done, we'll do some Q&A, but then we'll also come together and do a bit of a roundtable session, because obviously it's like all these sales issues that might just be to do with scripts, might be to do with the process, but then might be to do with the staff. So we've got really high-level players in this group. So we'll put the tables together, we'll go around the room and solve each other's sales processes one by one. The whole group can have contribute and come up with ideas that work well for them and might work well in your business as well.
Perfect. Cool, all right, so the first thing is obviously sales mindset. So a lot of what I think is really important is to get your mindset correct about when you're getting leads coming through. Now remember, the leads that we're getting are on social media. Like we're in a day and age now where we're getting high quality leads through obviously high quality ad copy. So leads have never been easier to get. 7 years ago, or even 3 or 4 years ago, it wasn't like that, right? You're at the shopping center, you're fucking getting leads from anywhere, you're trying to get heaps of referrals, you're doing lead generation box and everything like that. So now when we are getting these high quality leads, like they're literally begging for your business. And I think that's really, really important when you're going into it and when you're getting leads coming through, like they're begging for you to be sold. Like you need to get that right? They're wanting your business essentially. So having that mindset when you are answering the phone or picking up the phone to make a call, I think is really, really important. Obviously, if you're looking for growth in your business, which I'm sure all of you are, then someone needs to sell. Whether it's you, whether you find someone, that's completely up to you, but someone needs to be selling pretty much all the time. It's just an absolute non-negotiable, and it's one of the the biggest, most important parts of the business that I think a lot of business owners do neglect or don't do, or they'll make excuses of why they don't need to sell. For me, we'll get into this in a minute as well, but I like to call the lead straight away. So as soon as I've got a lead coming through, if it's 10 PM on a Sunday night, whenever it comes through, I'll just call them straight away. It gets me that many sales. Obviously, I understand that you guys can't all do that. So we're gonna allocate times, the best times when you should be calling and selling as well. For me, as I said, sales comes with you have to be in the right mindset to sell. So you need to be in the right state of mind before you pick up the phone and start calling your leads or take that consult. Give yourself no other option but to close the lead. What does it mean for you guys as business owners? Well, obviously it's another life that you're about to change. You're going to get closer to your revenue goal or revenue quarter for the day or month as well. And you're going to be hitting your member goal for the day as well. I like to really break it down daily, and I'd highly advise for you guys to do that as well. If you've got to get 60 sales for the month, that's literally just 2 sales a day. It's very, very easy. What does it mean for the prospect? Obviously, you're going to be changing their lives through fitness. You believe in what you do. You believe that it's going to help people. As we know, through fitness, wellness, energy, sleep, stress, confidence, improved mental health, everything. There's absolutely no negative outcome when it comes to, obviously, fitness, hence why we do what we do. Cool. Does anyone have any questions on that? No, pretty straightforward. So the next bit is going to be sort of 5 or 10 minutes for you guys to do a little bit of work. So I want you to go over the next 90 days. What's the total revenue that you want to collect over the next 90 days? How much front-end cash do you need to collect over the next 90 days? So whether that's going to be now online, if you guys are going to start launching that, or whether it's for your current business that you've got. How many people do you need to sign in your initial offer for the next 90 days? How many people do you want to sign into your core offer? How are you going to execute this plan? Is it going to be you? Are you going to be doing sale calls every single day? Is it going to be someone from your team? Like, you got to write down names, you got to write down who's going to be doing it, the times that they're going to be doing it. How many leads do you need to receive to execute this plan? How many referrals off the back of that? Obviously, referrals is the best way to generate leads once you've got leads coming through. And then how many hours a day do you or someone needs to be able to achieve your sales per day? Obviously, if it's not you, then yeah, who is it going to be? So if you guys can do that for the next sort of 10 minutes, and then we'll go around and see what everyone sort of has. Is that pretty straightforward? Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it should be there in the notes. Cool. So total revenue to collect over the next 90 days. How much front-end cash do you need to collect over the next 90 days? How many people do you want to sign up in your initial offer, into your core offer? How are you going to execute this plan? How many leads do you need to receive to execute this plan? How many referrals off the back of that? Obviously, if you get 80 leads coming through or 80 sales coming through, you can generate another 160 leads off that. And then how many hours a day do you need to allocate into sales per day? And if it's not you, who's it going to be?
Is the revenue like your DDs have, like overall?
I'd say front-end cash for this. Yeah, I'd say like new business front-end cash. I would say.
You can do online, guys, if you want it, because we've been working on online.
Just your next 90 days. Cool, so Manuel and Susie, like whether that's your new online business that you want to start looking at, or whether it's F45. Yep. Yeah. Ask it here. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
It's not like totally related.
Yeah.
It's related, but it's not 100%. So just like obviously the planning, right? The revenue that you were saying for the original ad, right? How much was that?
Which one?
Picture. Let's say we're running an ad to generate leads.
Yeah.
So for our business, for F45, how much do you guys run?
They normally do $20 a day for the ads. Yeah, and that gets you
$1,000 a day, like a month.
No, Trav, ad spend about $20 a day. You recommend? 20. Is it $20 a day you'll set the ads for, or $20 per lead?
What were we talking about? Online? We're talking about offline.
Online.
Are we talking about 7-day free group?
Oh no, sorry, offline. So like generating calls. So yeah.
I'd say $20 a lead. So
Okay.
how many leads do you need?
So it could. We're working that out right now. But
So $20 a lead could be $100 a day.
yeah.
Okay.
$700 a week. So you do it for 3 weeks. So that's 5 leads a day, for example. That's 35 leads a week. Over 3 weeks, you market. Instead of 4 weeks, so if you're getting 105 leads, you should get like 40 to 50 sales from that.
I've only been talking for a minute.
And then work out the lead.
Oh yeah.
Right, so $1,000 a day is not average.
$1,000 a week. No. You can do that for sure.
But RBT normally about $1,200 a month per club.
No.
More?
It's about 2,000 a month per club. 3,000 a month. The club sits about 36,000 a year. Some clubs are at 20,000 a year. Some clubs are at 40,000 a year. Depends on the competitive nature of the area. But between 20 and 40,000 a year.
Yeah. Okay. Like just because it's a really good idea.
So then it's like,
Right.
but like, you want to average, we average about 100 leads a month for 2,000 to 3,000 a month. So that's 20 to 30 dollars. So if you spread that over 4 weeks, for sure. If you spread it over 3 weeks, whatever.
It's just all about how you just say
Exactly.
Cool. All right.
So 70 people.
What we did last time, we did it for 36.
I think it's a good idea if you have a couple of different options in terms of selling. So you've got like your premium, which is say $50, then you've got your sort of second tier, which is like $30 per week. Online. Yeah.
So you might have like a training and nutrition, or a training only, or a nutrition only. So you might be like $50 a week for both, or it might be like $30 for one or the other. I think the first time I've done public speaking in fucking probably forever. It's the first time I've done public speaking in a long time. Even though you know people, it's still nerve-wracking. See me pass out halfway through the video.
So initially.
So total revenue you want to collect over the next 90 days, front end cash, how many people in your initial offer, core offer, how are you going to execute, how many leads do you need, how many referrals, and who's going to be doing the calls.
Whatever we can, because the
You're at 5 minutes left. If you don't mind, could you record like a couple of like 30-second, like just on your phone while I'm chatting? Cheers, man. Hey? Yeah.
On the online, it's 400 people in the group. What do you generally think about conversion get?
If there's 400 people in the group for the 7-day resets, Trav, for the 7-day resets, is that normally like 10% you're converting? Like 400 leads, how many people turn into sales? About 10%. But they're really cheap leads, like that's a really cheap way to do it. We're marketing straight, like the upgraded man, we market straight into 16 weeks, we're closing about 1 in 3 into $40 a week. I do it for 2 hours a day and we sign up 22 people in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's what I'm doing because I'm still doing all my think tank stuff. So 2 hours a day, I'm calling our leads, about 20 leads that I get to work with every day, and we're closing about 10 new people a week, 12 new people a week. 2 a day is what I'm aiming for, yep.
So do you reckon you could do like
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've got the initials, core offer, and trials, and then total revenue. So it's quite hard for us to patent on something in here. It's impossible in Nigeria because depending on the front end sales apart from 30 days. Right? And then this one is where we could actually do something for January. Maybe we do an offline. Revenue will be on there.
It doesn't need to be perfect. For instance, if Travis is like, cool, we need to bring in 150,000 front-end cash in the next 90 days, we'll generally need to sign up about 600 people for that, for front-end cash, if we're selling at 200. So of those 600 people, how many leads do we need? We'll probably between sort of 1,200 to 1,800. And then off the back of that, we'll close 1 in 2 into our core offer. So from that, we'll have 300 people into our 16-week challenge. How will I execute the plan? Well, obviously for me, that'd be full-time selling. As I said, how many leads you need to receive? Well, you'll need to receive, I think it was like, yeah, between 1,200 to 1,800, and then how many referrals off the back of that? Well, 1 in 2 off every sale. So.
Can you have a bit of this while we're right now?
Yep.
See if this makes sense. Panda, you sitting in on this with me?
You got it under control, babe.
Okay. So what we're saying is, let's say that we spend $1,500 a month, right? And
Yeah.
we just did 1 month and we wanted to get close 50 members, right?
Yeah.
At say $30 a lead.
Yeah.
Okay. Then adding 50 members in 90 days or 30 days or whatever it is, like let's say we change the budget so it is 90 days.
Yeah.
That'll bring in, if we lock them into a contract for 12 months, that's $143,000.
Yeah.
Because they're locked into a contract.
Yep.
For like 9 or 12 months.
Yeah. So you just market straight into your core offer, no initial offer.
No,
Yeah.
like it's like straight up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Become
Yeah.
a member.
Yeah. So
at,
that, yeah.
like, at this rate.
Yeah.
Like, for example, a 45 is normally $65 a month.
Yeah.
Sorry, a week. So 65 a week. This one's not working. But the 12-month offer will be 55 a week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
so
fine.
you're going to get people lock in for.
Yeah. So you're marketing straight into a core offer, not an initial offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
It's called a core offer.
Yeah. Core offer is straight into like a long-term contract. Initial offer is a short-term, like a 28-day or a 6-week, something like that. So you want 50 core offer members over the next 90 days, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and then I'll work out the budget later. But yeah, that
Yep.
brings in 143,000 minutes to us.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay,
Yep.
so that makes sense.
Yeah. Easy. Yeah.
Because that's what we think we can handle.
Yep.
Before it's like,
Yeah.
get it over.
You can do any for online as well.
Do anything.
He-
Oh, for online?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Susie obviously has that pretty much ready to fucking go. So
Yeah.
I guess we work that one out.
So you got the budgets and stuff, and how many you want in the core offer, initial offer, and everything like that.
We'll do that now.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have any questions or anything like that?
Yeah, just cancellation policies and then how you close right at the initial.
What do you mean?
So like one of the biggest problems we have is like we're getting them in on say a 6-week or a 28 day,
Yeah.
but we're not actually saying right, there's the 28 days say at 147 and then it's going to go over as 6 months
Yeah.
and then close them on that right there,
Okay.
you know, so
Over the phone or in person?
in person or on the phone, so they, you know, after 28 days it's almost like there's a resale.
Yeah. So no, so you can do that. We do that at RBT, which I can get into as well. But we will get them to sign up the contract on the spot for the 16 weeks. So we'll be like, cool. So it's 28 days. You're getting it for the 147, but then it's going to roll on to $60 per week, whatever it is. You sign the contract now. If you don't want to go ahead with it, you just got to let us know before the 28 days is up. Does that make sense?
Like we're getting quite a lot of people. Like we do say that sort of shit, but just our retention in the past seems to be getting slightly better. But again, it's the sales team. Well, the coaches' first exposure to doing that kind of thing at the minute.
Yeah.
So we're testing this out and we're looking to see are we missing any big glaringly obvious, easy, like the invisible close.
Well, yeah. If you do the 28, because you're obviously initially you're selling them on the initial offer, right?
Yes,
So if you're doing the
that's
28-day
correct.
challenge, you're signing up on that. Perfect. When they come in, you can give the 16-week contract at the end of it. So you say, cool, we're doing your 28 days, but obviously we want you to think longer term. You have like a bit of a consult about what longer term looks like with them. And then you say, look, everyone does roll on to the 16-week challenge. We've only got 10 spots for the 16-week challenge after the 28 days. So we will get you to obviously go ahead with the contract now. And if you don't want to keep going, then you can just cancel before the 28 days is up. So you've still got it there on pen and paper. But obviously you've still got to keep them engaged. I think that there might be a breakdown there of, I don't know if it's service or whether it would be, but if people aren't continuing, then it's generally because they're not bought in enough, in our opinion. The rule of thumb would be at least one in 3. 1 in 3 from your leads into your initial offer, and then 1 in 3 from your initial offer into your core offer. I think that's, if it's not that, then...
Yeah, we are about 30% actually.
That's not too bad.
We're 50%.
Yeah, well then strive for better, but that comes down to your sales team. It comes down to your coaches, it comes down to...
Like if you and I were going to be 50%.
Yeah, well that's the problem. So that is the problem. So you need to get them as competent as you guys are and as confident as you guys are with sales. Whether you motivate them with commission, whether you do seminars with everyone on week 3 or a week before their challenge is up.
You have to sit in a fucking console for weeks, close someone, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because they're not willing to have the conversations we're having.
Yeah, exactly.
When we show them, they're like, fuck.
Well, that's
What you're able to say is like, you know, it's like that's the way to have a fucking real talk.
but that's your breakdown then. Yeah, so it's your coaches.
Well, we can walk back off of these numbers then. If we're looking at that as a basis rate, so let's say...
Is this making sense to you guys? I know it's very vague, but I think it's really important to get it down on pen and paper.
Yeah, so we have an 8-week rate, though, right? So an 8-week, and we want 7 people to stay.
1 more minute, guys.
Well, it's going to be 21.
Upfront cash, you say like pay in full for the
Yeah. Yeah, so if,
not including the direct debit you'll collect.
yeah, just front end cash. Just your initial offer front end cash.
If you triple that, so it'd be 63.
Well, then it's just revenue. Yeah.
So they don't...
If you're not doing a front end offer, then you're not doing a front end offer. Then it's just revenue.
63 phone calls. 28. You only get 50% of the leads on the phone.
He said 30% of your leads into your call.
That's right. So 33% of your leads.
Yeah, one third.
Here's the problem we're having. Like, see the leads, about 50% we're only getting actually to speak to.
Yeah, but that's
Following the process.
yeah. But then you should be closing 1 in 8 that you're speaking to, 80% that you're actually speaking to. So this comes down to people not answering, people you can't get hold of. But you should, people that you're actually speaking to should be closing at least 1 in 8 or 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, so 80%.
Yeah, that you speak to, right? Not total leads, but that you actually speak to.
Yeah, that's low.
You need to try and bump your contact rate from 30% to 40%.
What I do,
That's what you've got to look at. So at the moment, your contact rate is only 30% leads.
No, it's 50%.
But you're getting 50%
We're
leads.
getting half of them on the phone.
Okay, so your sales rate is too low. So you're going to get better at sales.
Yeah, then you get better on the phone.
Or you need to also nurture them with emails before you get them on the phone, so they know what the fuck's going on. So like, do you have guys have an email sequence like we've said as soon as they opt in? There's like, bang, here's some results you're going to get. Bang, here's some of the food that you're going to eat. Bang, here's, so it's like, and like, hey, like there's a video of you guys doing this, this is what the session looks like. So
There's the results and stuff like that. There is, yeah, and there is a sequence. And it's ClickSend. We use ClickSend as it's text and straight away.
yeah, awesome.
what's the,
So like,
what was the time?
Yeah, so if you're speaking to 50% of your leads, you should be closing at least 80%.
what food you're going to eat, what the sessions look
Yeah.
like, what total weight, so I want 53.
Yeah.
So
That's like 100 or 150 or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Or probably about 120.
120 to be exact, yeah.
So if you get 100 leads and you speak to 50 leads, then you should be closing at least 30 sales, right? That should be the numbers. Is anyone ready yet? All right, Aaron, do you want to let us know? So I'll give you a couple more minutes and then we're going to stop it there and just see with what you got.
So I want to hit like 8 sales a week, 50 sales by the end of the year. We'll designate 2 hours a day. Calls, $47 per week direct debit. And then I will execute, create content, create click funnel, create finalize ad, create phone script, create program.
Yep.
As well. And 200 to 400 leads per week. Yeah. And
2 to 400 leads per week for 8 sales.
Isn't that what?
If you don't have the time.
No.
Are you talking about online? Or you talking about-
Online.
Yeah, so if you want 200 leads, what are you doing right now?
Okay.
Yeah.
400 leads?
Okay, alright, let's take the same 200 leads. And then I'll just get
Tell me if you like to be
my wife, Tristan, and Bart to sell it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, perfect.
That's not probably your nature.
The hardest part's creating content.
Is everyone here doing phone sales at the moment? Can you chuck your hands up if you're doing phone sales?
I don't know, like,
But most of you doing phone sales or face to face? So half and half. Yeah. So a big takeaway, if you guys can be more confident and competent with phone sales by the end of this day, I think there'll be a massive win because I do everyone over the phone. Every single person I speak to is over the phone. I've sold $1,000 PIFs over the phone. It's no problem at all. Cool. All right, Liam, what do you got?
So this is physical, so online. So 10, I want to get 20 clients into 28-day challenges per month.
Yep.
Just because I think that's probably going to be capacity.
Yep.
So 10 of which will be an upfront 147, and 10 will be onto a 20-week contract.
Yep.
So over the 90 days, 60 clients, of which 39 do upfront. It's about 40 grand, 38,730.
Yep.
Of contract value. And then goal would be to hit 160.
160 members?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I reckon that's probably
Capacity?
yeah. And that's 4410 up front. And I think execute this plan, just keep rolling the same Facebook ads.
So who's doing the calls? You? Someone else?
Between myself and Bree, we'll probably do about 6 hours each a week.
Okay. So about an hour and a half a day, pretty much?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Yep, that's fine. And we'll go through the best times to call. If you can't call, if you have to call in certain times, we'll go through the best times.
Yeah. It's actually probably more for me. That's probably wrong.
Yeah, just make sure you get it right because it'd be really good if you guys can leave with a clear plan today, whether it's for you or someone from your team. Right, Vicky, Mitch, are you guys ready to go?
yeah, let's go.
Cool, what have you got?
So the overall goal for us is at 300 members by the end of 90 days.
What are you at now?
266.
Yep.
We need to bring our cancellation rate down.
Yep.
And continue converting that with what we're doing. So the goal for us is 60 members a week on DD. So for that to happen, we have to have 8 trials and 3 referrals a week, which leads to us is like 32 leads, which is 4 per day. So we have to make 8 calls a day, convert it at 50%.
Yeah.
Front end.
You've got to speak to 8 people a day, right? Yeah, so you've probably got to make about 20 calls a day, 22 calls a day. Because you're not going to speak to every single person you call.
Cool. Front end cash over 90 days will be 4,200 on our 21-day trial. We do our referrals. We don't do a paid trial for our referrals. And by the end of the 90 days, our DD will be at 30K.
Yeah, and you'll be at capacity by the end of the 90 days? Yeah, end of the year? Yeah, perfect. It's very, very doable. Very, very doable. Perfect. Daniel?
So I need 53 sign-ups.
Yep.
To hit the target, so 4.4 sales a week. 130 leads, and 65 on the phone, and then 52 sign-ups.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep. What's the total revenue or contract value?
32,000.
Yep.
300.
Perfect. And what would that take your online clients to?
Total would make 90.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. You can travel the world and do whatever you want. Yeah. Belinda, what do you got?
I would like 250 women on direct debit per week. Well, that's what I want to aim for. I want 60 online women.
Yep.
I think. So basically what I would need to do is get 40 people into the 28-day challenge.
Yep. Per month?
I'm going to get 1 month and then I'm going to do an 8-week challenge.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do some December specials.
Yep.
So ultimately, I'm going to hopefully have $15,000 worth of upfront cash over the next
90 days?
90 days.
Yep.
Probably more actually, no, 22,000. Plus, and then on the online program for people.
Yep.
Is vague.
Yep, that's fine. Just try and make, yeah, obviously write it in a way that you really understand it by the end of the day.
Yeah, I can say I'm just copying the questions.
Yep, yep, perfect. Right, Susie, Manuel, what do you guys got? So for F45 first?
Yeah, so
Yep.
we've got, so for like our F45, we're going to go for, say, an extra 50 members.
Yep.
90 days. So we're looking at 125 calls a week. That's 18 calls a day.
Yep.
And then we're going to close 4 people a week.
Yep.
To get that 50 members over the 90 days.
Yep.
We're going to get them on a contract.
So, but 125 calls a week, you'll be closing more than 4, because even if you're speaking if you're speaking to 60, you'll close at least 30, right?
So worst case scenario, right?
Okay.
To get the money that members would want over
Yeah.
the next 90 days.
So you might be capacity a lot sooner, but that's fine.
Like we can go for 50.
Yeah.
50 is like pushing it. And yeah, that brings in about $150,000 like per year.
Yeah. Revenue. Yeah. And who's going to be doing the calls? 125 calls a week.
We do have a call later. Well, we've got a sales to do already.
Yeah.
I'd say we get another one.
Yeah.
And see how far we can push this.
Yeah. And you can even just go commission only if you want. If your budget doesn't allow it, you can just go commission only and pay them a little bit higher just to get someone on board to help with the sale calls.
They just get paid for whatever sale they do.
Yeah, so not the full amount, but if we are doing a 247 payment, we might give someone $50 or $60, right? They do.
How do you write that in the contract?
It's not a, it's just an agreement. So you do, you pay them every month. At the end of every month, they do 20 sales a month at the $60, like 247. You're collecting like $5,000. You're paying them like 1,200 or something like that. Yeah, we do it and it works really well. If you've got a sale guy or a full-time sale guy somewhere else and they just want to earn some extra cash, they'll lap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're good at selling, like they can make a shitload of money doing it. So, cool. Irish lads, what do you guys got?
One quick question. What do you find for the jump between whatever your offer is, the difference between your offer and what your core is? Like, what's the margins that you play with?
So we might do the initial offer for like 247, which I think's what, about $60 per week or something like that. And then our core offer might be like $70 per week, so an extra $10.
But the upsell doesn't even change if you do it for $100 for the month. So $30 a week or $25 a week, up to $70 a week. The upsell does not change. So
you have a bandwidth of like between
33% to 66% of the full price should be your initial offer.
Do 300 for the year weeks.
If you just want to smash people straight into your initial offer and you don't really care about the upfront cash, and that's fine. But obviously if we want to collect upfront cash and we're paying sales guys and leads and everything like that, then we want to collect as much as we can. We're obviously confident and competent that we can charge that much. And then when it does come to flipping you on the core offer, it's really, really easy because it's the same price. So what do you guys got for your 90 days?
There's an 8-week challenge there. We want 21 people, 24 women in on it. So that would be 66 leads, so about 8 to 10 leads a day, closing 2 a day over the course of 2 weeks, and I'll have a set start date for this particular challenge.
Yep, perfect.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Traditionally, it probably cost us about €10 a lead.
Yep.
So $20. Yeah, that's it. So it'll be somewhere between, look, the gym's like 600 a month.
Yep.
Dollars, so with €300, so we're kind of talking maybe half of that, so it'll be 300 for the 8 weeks.
Yep.
297.
So what's your total revenue you collect?
Just doing that. It'd be the 297 by 20 front.
And how are you going to get your coaches more confident and competent to sell the way that you guys can?
I suppose the big thing would be to get them to sit in and kind of believe it, because a lot of them would be saying to themselves, oh, they're not going to want to fucking sign up, or it's more money, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So total revenue just the gym alone would be about 60K?
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Does that sort of make sense? Obviously, like, you know, make it and refine it the way that it works for you guys, but it's really, really important to have that solid plan in place, whether it's you guys, whether it's someone else, whether you know you've got to go find someone for commission only, whether you've got to pay someone to do sales. It's extremely important. You do those little bits every single day. A lot of you will already be at capacity in the next 90 days by the sounds of it, so that's huge, right? Perfect. Cool, so we're gonna go into reverse engineering your numbers. As I said, I like to break it down daily. A lot of you guys, I think, have just done this now as well, so that's great. So if you need to achieve 2 sales for the day, how many leads do you need for the day, how many calls do you need to make for the day, how many people do you need to speak to for the day, and then referrals. From the sales that you're making, how many referrals should you get as well? So to achieve 2 sales a day, you need 10 leads a day, you need to speak to 5 people and you close at least 2 of them. Of those 2 sales, get 4 referrals, so 2 referrals per sale is my rule of thumb to help get your 10 leads for the following day. Do this every single day. If you just literally do this every single day, it's an absolute non-negotiable. You'll hit 720 new sales a year. Like you can have 3 gyms in a year. Like you can grow if you do this every single day, 2 sales a day. You live by that rule. Your gym will be at capacity, your online will be at capacity, whatever you guys are wanting to do. It just has to be done. Like it literally just has to be done. It's that simple. Cool, any questions on that? No, pretty straightforward.
What was the stats you said? Are they here?
It's in the notes.
What number? 3.
So to achieve 2 sales a day, you need 10 leads to speak to 5 people to make those 2 sales. Off those 2 sales, get 4 referrals, so 2 referrals per sale off every single sale that you're getting, right? Referrals, as we know, is such an easy way, free way to generate new leads coming through. And if you're even closing 1 out of 10 referrals that you get, it's great. Like that's just what needs to be done. Cool, so if a lead comes in, what's my process? I'll get a lead coming through. As I said, I'm fucking crazy about sales. I'll be out with my friends at a party. I'll go to my car and do a call. Like this, all I think about. I understand that might not be the case for you guys, but that's me. So if a lead does come in, I'll call them straight away off my mobile number, like literally straight away, real time. If they don't answer, I'll try again in an hour. I won't send any text. I won't send any email. I'll just try and call them straight away. After that second attempt, then I'll send them a no answer text and a no answer email. So email and text at the same time. In the text, I'll just tell them who I am. I'm just trying to call you. Obviously, you've applied for our challenge. Nice and simple, very vague. Don't really go into too much information. And then I'll repeat that for 10 days straight. I will go through a text template that I'll send through to you guys that I'll normally probably send on like day 2, which just has a lot of the information straight to the point, call to action, which we will get into. But so, with that, you should be calling the leads at least 30 times over the course of the 10 days. I was speaking to business owners and they've made 2 calls per lead and they're like, why the fuck aren't I closing? Because you're not calling the lead enough. A lot of people will answer on the 20th time and they'll be like, I'm so sorry, but you've stayed so persistent. I know you're gonna help me change my life. It fucking helps. It can be annoying, it can be frustrating, but again, it's just doing those little bits every single day to get your 2 sales a day. It just needs to be done, right?
Can you just go back, Ruben? Your process, you call someone straight away, and if they don't answer, you won't send them a text.
I won't send them a text the first time.
Why would you do that?
Just because sometimes, they might not be keen straight away or anything like that. I really want to get them on the phone first, typically get them on the phone first before I really tell them who I am, what it's about, anything like that. Chances are they've probably applied for like 4 or 5 other gyms in the area. So, if someone else has already got hold of them first, like I really want to speak to them. I want to influence them and sell them that way, I suppose. So, cool. A lot of people will get a lead through and they'll just send a text or they'll send an email, but you really want to call them and speak to them first.
I think you might have said that you used to text them straight away?
No.
We text them straight away. It seems to work.
Yeah. If it works for you, it works for you, but yeah.
Call then text.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when's the best time.
There's no perfect way, but what works for me and what got me 200 sales, a month, every single month is doing it this way. And it really did work for me and I'm really comfortable with it. But if you've got a method that's working for you and you're getting the same results, then that's also fine.
So you call once and wait an hour, call again, then text?
Yeah, then send them a text. Yeah. And an email at the same time.
And so Liv's got a strategy where with girls, because sometimes girls don't like answering their phones, where the second time she calls them, she'll send a text and then call them straight away after she sends a text, because then they'll read the text and go, oh, it's the gym, so I feel a bit more comfortable answering my phone now.
Okay, perfect.
So exactly what Ruben said, like everyone's vet's different, like this is, Ruben's obviously got results, and so this is his process to get results.
All right, when do you stop calling a lead? As I said, 3 times a day for 10 days straight. It really depends on how many leads you've got. If you've got no leads, well then you just don't stop calling the lead. But if you've got high volume of leads, you want to call the fresher leads first and then work your way down the list. I would normally work off, I like using like gym sales, but if it's say just an Excel spreadsheet, I'd have my freshest leads real time and then all my older leads coming down, and I just fucking call up and down the list non-stop every single day. As I said, at least 3 times a day for 10 days straight. But if you don't have volume of leads and you've only got 10 or 15 leads in play, then you just keep calling them, right? There's no harm in doing that. You're still going to get at least 1 or 2 sales from it. Cool, so allocating time to do your sales calls. As I said, I like to do it real time, whether it's Friday night, whether it's Saturday morning, Sunday morning, it doesn't matter. But if you do have to allocate time slots to yourself or to someone else, I think 9:30 to 10:30, 12:30 to 1:30, and 6:30 to 7:30 is the best time. That nighttime period works extremely well. I feel like you probably, instead of speaking to 1 in 2, you might speak to, you know, maybe 7 out of 10. People answer the phone at that time. It really does work. But yeah, as I said, real time is always going to be the best way. I've literally had someone apply at like 10 p.m. on a Friday night. I've called them straight away and caught them by surprise. Why is it so important? Obviously they're hot, they're emotional, they've just put it through. You know, they're online as well, they're on their phone, they've just done it. So the chances of them answering the phone is extremely high. Does that sort of make sense? Yeah. Perfect. Cool. Now I'm going to take my time going through this one, but this is my main call script. You might already have access to this. This call script has generated millions of dollars. I've implemented it in other businesses that I've worked for as well in fitness, and it's just brought in a lot of revenue. It works. You stay in control of the conversation using the call script. You're covering all the objections before they even come up, which means when it comes down to the close, you've got all the information there to close them. They can't really say, I can't afford it, or I don't have time, because you've already come up with that objection in your call script. So I'm just going to read through it with you guys and yeah, sort of ask any questions at the end. But look, each conversation is going to flow differently. It's obviously your responsibility to ensure the conversation flows as smoothly as possible, keeping the prospect engaged and excited, and staying in control of your consult. So every single one of these questions I think is a non-negotiable. You don't want to just ask, you know, 2 logic questions and 2 emotional questions and think that's enough, because it's not. They don't know you, you don't know them. You need to build trust. Chances are they've been burnt before. Chances are they've applied for 5 different gyms. You need to make sure that when you get them on the phone, you've got the best consult, and you're making them feel heard, you're making them feel listened, and you're making them feel like you've got a solution to their problem. Because obviously they've got a problem, hence why they've applied, and you're going to fix that problem with your solution, right? Very, very straightforward. Cool. So obviously you introduce yourself, crack a bit of a joke, you know, whatever you want to do, and then I'd normally go straight into, cool, so what training are you currently doing? Why do you ask this? Well, obviously you want to know if they're training now, if they are they at another gym? If not, you know, when was the last time they were training? It's really, really important to know. Have you been a member of a gym before? Again, you're just obviously going through question 1, but in a little bit more detailed. Are you a member of a gym now? You know, that way you can start ticking over in your mind, cool, they might be a member of a gym, they might be in a contract. You need to know this information when you are going through that close. Do you work full-time or study? This is probably one of the most important questions that I ask. If they work full-time, they can fucking afford $9 a day, right? Like, of course they can. If they can't, if they're full-time studying, or you've got a young student on the phone or something like that, you really want to know who you're dealing with, so you can obviously handle the approach and the close differently.
Has everyone got this up in front of them and reading along with them? Did anyone not get the access to this script?
No, yeah, everyone's got it. Do you guys, like honesty here, do you guys ask these questions for every single person you speak to, like non-negotiable, every single person? Because I think it's really, really important to do. I've sat in some consults, like people that we've just hired or other salesmen, and they'll ask 2 or 3 questions and they'll be like, cool, like where's your credit card? Like you can't fucking do that. You literally can't do that. Cool, all right, this is really important as well. Did you receive the results that you were after, like last time you were training or at the moment? Well, no, obviously not. They haven't. That's why they're on the phone to you, because they haven't reached the results. They're not happy with themselves, and they want to make change. Why did or didn't you receive the results? This is obviously really important as well. What's the reason why? Is it your diet? Is it the trainer? Is it the personal training? Is it your wife? Why did or didn't you receive the results that you're after? Again, I really like this question. Have you ever had personal training before? If so, how many sessions a week? If I've got a lady on the phone and she's told me that she's had personal training for 3 sessions a week, then price is just not going to be a problem, right? If I'm trying to sell her into something that's $11 a day or $9 a day, and she's been paying $150 a week, price will just never be an issue. Obviously tapping into their why. So what results are you looking for at the moment? Go into detail with this one. obviously they're going to just try and give you an easy way out. So, oh, I want to lose weight. Like, why do you want to lose weight? Oh, just because I want to look good. Why do you want to look good? What's the reason? Is it because your partner's not sleeping with you anymore, doesn't find you attractive? Is it because you don't want to go to the beach and take your shirt off? Like, what's the reason? Find the why. As Liam said, you know, is it because your dad died of diabetes? Like, what is the reason? Tap into that. It's extremely important. I don't go to the point of making them cry. It has happened before, but obviously you want to get that emotion out of them so you can build that trust and yeah, find that solution for their problem.
Last question, when they give you the answer, do you have then a solution to their problem? Like say, oh, I want to lose weight and go on the beach. Great, this program is going to be perfect for you. This is what we do. We focus on people, you know, to drop weight.
Yeah, bang on. Yeah, bang on.
Do that pretty much every time, or most questions?
Yeah, every time. So you reiterate sort of what you've discussed with them off the back of their answer as well. So be like, yeah, for instance, with that one, so cool, I'm wanting to drop weight. I'm not really comfortable with the way that I look. I can't, you know, tap into my nutrition. I don't really know what I'm doing. And you'd be like, cool. Obviously, you know, when you go to phase 2, which we'll go through when you're talking about the product, you know that you're going to cover all of that as well. Well, this is what we do. We hold you accountable. We go through nutrition. You get a coach assigned to you. We do your body scans as a private Facebook group. You've got all these things and all these layers to ensure that they can actually get the results that they're after.
Where's phase 2?
I don't know phase 2. Oh, okay.
You don't? Okay, it should be there. I'll yeah, I'll send it through.
What's the questions in phase 2? Because I think it's already, you might not have just written it.
Yeah, maybe I haven't. I'll have a quick look.
Where's phase 2? I don't have phase 2.
I've used this, so I just want to kind of give you guys a testimonial, especially I've used this with training up one of my brand new people that have never done sales before, and she pretty much closed the first time she followed this script. So it works.
It's amazing.
Works.
There is a phase 2, but it's not in there. My apologies.
Can you just put it up on the group?
Yeah.
It's on the Facebook group, the whole phases, the copy.
Yeah, didn't you put it in there?
Oh, it's in the Facebook, it's already in the Facebook group.
It is? Okay.
It's all 3 phases. Can you take it?
I will read it through.
Can you send that through? Yeah?
Can you send it through? Is it in the
I'll send it to you.
It's in the big comments on the presentation slides post.
Can you make it, can we edit it so that we can?
Yeah, I can get girls an editable version.
Make a copy.
Pull it into your own and then edit it.
All right, so back to the script.
Do not put it on edit because then everyone will edit it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Put my business name in here, my bank details.
All right, cool. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this for you? Obviously find out why. If they say, oh, it's only 1 out of 10, well then obviously it's not very important to them, but you need to find out why. A lot of people will say 10 out of 10 if you've gotten the why out of them. So, you know, it's really, really important. Again, when you're at the close, you can say, look, you did say this is 10 out of 10 importance to you. You want to make these changes for this, and this reason, right? You're collecting information that you can essentially use against them in the close to help them and change their lives, essentially. Favorite time to train, this is really important as well. If you know that you're running morning classes, afternoon classes, if they can say that they can train in the morning, it's really, really important to know, because then you know if they say, oh no, those times don't work for me, well, you know, you already said you can train at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. So why wouldn't the times work for you? Again, it's just about collecting all the information. This one's really, really important as well. If you had to put a dollar figure amount against your health, what would it be? They might get a little bit confused about this, but then you just say, look, what is your health worth to you? You know, is it $100 a week, $200 a week, $50 a week? You always go a little bit higher than what your lowest price point is. So if they say, you know, about $100 a week is what my health's sort of important to me, well, cool, you know that you're charging $67 a week. It's going to be really, really easy.
So you said 1, 2, and 50.
Sorry?
Would you say?
Yeah, I just got
200 or 50.
Yeah, or no amount. No, yeah, you just go like, you know, say $70 or $80 or $100 or $200, or is this no amount? Is your health that important to you that money can't buy your health, right? Cool. Are your family supportive of your health and fitness admirations? This is really, really important. How many times have you guys gone to the end of the close and like, I need to ask my husband, or I need to ask my wife, or I need to ask my fucking kid or my dog? It's really, really important. So you say, cool, you know, is your family supportive of your health and fitness admirations? And then tap into that. Cool. So obviously, you know, your hubby or partner know that you're here, or your children know that you're here. It's really, really important. And then obviously, are you ready to make change and feel better than you've ever felt before? Cool, now I'll go into, so I've got their why, I've got their how, I've got why they want to do it, and I know that we can help them, then I'll go into talking about the product. Cool, so obviously what we do here is guarantee results. You did mention before that you haven't got the results that you're after, hence why obviously you're on the phone to me. That's the beauty about our facility. If you're not 100% committed and you're not looking for results, then we don't want to work with you, right? Really, really important. You're showing them that this is a results-based community. We get people results that they're after. We're different to everyone else. We really care about your results. That's the #1 focus. Then you'll tap into the product, cool. So the 16-week challenge, what you're gonna get is unlimited sessions per week. Your training sessions will basically be, you know, a 3 to 5 minute warm up, a 40 minutes conditioning, and like a 3 minute cool down. How does that sound? Really, really just basic, vague about what you get into. You can go into more detail if you like per session, everything like that. But for me, if I'm closing someone into a $1,200 contract, I sort of want to keep the consult, under 20 minutes. Then I'll go into cool. So we personalize your nutrition for you, which is extremely important in regards to getting the results that you're after. We keep you accountable with a full food diary as well. It's unlimited membership, unlimited support, unlimited communication. We give you an in-body scan every single week, which is valued at $50 a scan. So I'm starting to now build the value of our product. You get unlimited small group personal training sessions with a trainer that's with you every step of the way. Most other private facilities will value that at around $60 per week. You get personalized nutrition guidance, ongoing feedback and adjustments to your programming as well. Through our program, you'll notice incremental changes to your body where we'll use algorithms to ensure that you're going to get results every 7 to 10 days. We understand you, we understand your body, your lifestyle, your stresses, and we don't stop until we get you the results, which is determined within our in-body scans. You get 24/7 access to your coaches via our private Facebook group as well to ensure that you've got the education and support and of course the accountability that you need to feel supported and stay on track. This is generally normally valued at about $50 per week as well. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's phase 2. You're creating a lot of value around what you guys do, how you're different to everyone else, how much it would normally cost. You're dropping little price hints here and there. It's $50, it's $100, it's this and that, right? You're building value. Cool. Phase 3, the close. So the program itself has a total value of about $300 per month. Don't worry, obviously we're not going to charge you $300 per month. We're not even going to charge anything close to that. The investment for the 16-week challenge is just $67 per week, and I'll fucking talk that they can't even get a word in, right? They're not getting a word in until I'm finished at this point. That's less than $9 a day, literally the price of a cup of, 3 cups of coffee a day to get you in the best shape of your life. Can you afford $9 a day to achieve your goals? You pause, you wait for them to say something. Majority of the time, people will not say that they can't afford $9 a day that I speak to. Especially if, obviously, with the way that we've marketed, a majority of people will not say that they can't afford $9 a day. How do you guys normally go when you get to this point of your consult? Pretty straightforward still? You still got people on the phone, you still got them engaged? Yeah, perfect. Cool. All right, so great. So remember, this is a results or money back guaranteed service. We want to get you the results. That's it. That's all we care about. So from here, I'd love to secure your spots as we only have very limited spots available. From here, I'll need to get some details from you. Then I'll get you booked in for your scan. So you're going to tell them what's going to happen after they get off the phone with you. So from here, I'm going to get you booked in for your scan and induction with your coach. And then we're well on our way to get you some amazing results. And then again, you're creating a little bit more value towards the end. Did you know that the average price for a one-on-one personal training session for 45 minutes is about $80? And we give you everything that I've listed. You can list it again if you want for only $67 per week. Right, the final bit, and now this is really, really important as well. Awesome, so to get you started today, we'll just take one payment of $67 to secure your spot. I always like to get the buy-in. If they haven't given me their details and done that first payment, I wouldn't even count as a sale because a lot of the time they just won't come back, right? I hate just doing consults booked in without taking payment or any sort of buy-in at all. You've obviously spent time with them over the phone. You've figured out that you've got a solution to their problem. You've figured out they're going to help you. They trust you. They've stayed on the phone with you for fucking 20 minutes. They're literally begging for your business, right? Their time's valuable as well. Now, the way that I list this has really changed the game for a lot of our sales guys. Cool, so awesome. So to get you started today, it's only $67 to secure your spot. You can use either, and you list every single one of them really slowly. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or just a BSBN account number. Which one works best for you today? And then you pause and let them answer. I feel like listing every single one of them instead of saying, a lot of guys will just say, hey, what's your credit card? Like that makes people feel so uncomfortable straight away. If you actually list the different ones, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or a BSBN account number, which one works for you today, it makes people a lot more comfortable to give you that information.
Also, if you sound nervous as hell, you will never get it.
Yeah, which we'll get into for sure, but yeah.
Visa?
Yeah. You wouldn't want to like come and train with me?
Cool. So for you guys that haven't done...
Nigerian uncle, and
For you guys that haven't done phone sales, as Belinda said, thank you, she's given it to someone that's never done sales before and closed the first deal. If you literally follow this script and you don't sound like a dickhead on the phone, you're most likely going to close the deal. We've had very incompetent sales guys that have literally just used this script and they've closed the deal. I'm telling you this works. Obviously edit it for the way that you wanting to do it, but if you follow this process and just trust this process, you'll get phone sales.
Is this the same script you use for online or like anything?
Yep.
For the phone selling you're doing?
Yep. Yep. Obviously I'll change it for the product and what they get included.
Once
But
you get their details, so what objection would you get after if they say, you know, which one works here? But I don't know if I want to.
we'll get into the main objections and how we're going to overcome them.
Can I just also say, I've been getting sold to by this fucking annoying person for like literally 4 months. It's like this book company where they write your book and stuff like that, and they do it all. Anyway, this guy has been absolutely fucking relentless, and I probably will sign up just so that he just leaves me alone. No, I'm kidding. I want to do it, but I've been just putting it off. Anyway, so it does work.
Cool. And then if you're not confident or competent either, then book yourself in for some consults with other gyms in the area as well and see the process that they do it. But I'm telling you now, if you follow this script, you're going to have the best consult over anyone else that's doing the phone sale in the area. Perfect.
remember guys, Beachbody, 1 billion phone sales. Want to make $1 billion, you get good at phone sales.
Cool, so most common objections that we get is I can't talk right now. How much is it? Just tell me right now. Like obviously you can get some people quite rude on the phone. I just need to think about it. Let me ask my partner. I'm going away so I can start later. Can you send me some more info? So I can't chat right now. As soon as I answer the phone, I'll be like, cool, do you have 2 or 3 minutes to chat? I know it's gonna go for longer, but obviously I know that I can build the trust within the 2 to 3 minutes. That's all you say. Everyone's got 2 to 3 minutes to chat. If they really don't, they're really rude, then probably not going to be a good client then. But if they say that, then you say, that's fine. When are you available? I'll book you in for a consult now. It will take 10 minutes this afternoon. What time works for you? What time do you finish work? What time's your lunch break? And you literally book them in, book it in your calendar, and you call them bang on the spot. If that happens, if you really can't get them for 2 or 3 minutes. How much is it? Just tell me now. We have multiple different options based on sort of what you're wanting to achieve. So I just need to get some information to go through that with you, and then I can tell you the best option that's suitable for yourself. I just need to think about it at the end. Cool, you go through it. Right, obviously you've told me that this is suitable for yourself. You told me that you aren't happy with the way that you're looking. This is 10 out of 10 importance. Your husband's supportive of you doing this. You can train at 6:30 in the morning. You can afford $9 a day. So what exactly is it that you need to think about? Put the question back on them, right? If you've covered every single one of your questions, then they can't really use that because you've covered them all, every single one of them. I'm going away, can I start later? Obviously, when we're doing 28-day challenge, we'll normally do them at certain start dates. So if they can start within the sort of first 30 days, like in the next 30 days, then I'll still take the payment and lock them in. If it's after 30 days, well then yeah, I'll just book them in for a consult, the date that they're back or something like that. Book it in with them, send them an email link or a phone message or something like that to confirm that for them as well. And can you send me some more info? Well then yeah, you just go through again, what exact info you're after. Obviously we've gone through every single question. We've figured out this is perfect for you. Like what exactly are you wanting more info about, and put it back on them. Cool. All right, so staying in control of the conversation, I think that's really, really important. Obviously, we've all spoken to someone, and I've had some fucking weird conversations in my time. Like honestly, spoken about people and they've started talking about jail and their dog and then this and that, and it's like, you really need to stay in control of the conversation. Obviously, let them be heard, make sure that you're a trusted advisor, but also don't lose point of the track of the conversation where you don't even know what you're talking about anymore. It's really important for you guys as the experts to stay in control of that conversation. Based on each question, obviously when it comes down to the emotion and the why, that's probably the longest that I'll let them speak for, but then majority of the rest of the conversation is me speaking and them answering. Matching their tonality, this is really important. Obviously I'm an outspoken high D personality, that's just me naturally, But if I've got someone on the phone and they're really low toned or they're insecure and they're 30 kilos overweight, I'm not going to talk the way that I do because I just won't close them. I'll scare them off straight away. It's really important for you to obviously sympathize with them and then match them. If they are a high D personality, then get higher than them because they'll love that. But if they're not, if they're just a low sort of personality, really quiet, really timid, then you want to match that as well. Match their personality, speak in sort of a lower voice, sympathize with them, make them feel comfortable, make them feel heard. Does that make sense?
How would you go higher if you got a high D?
Just start swearing, go higher, just match them. Like, they love it. They respond well to it.
What would you say?
What do you mean? Like, give me an example.
You're gonna fucking smash himself.
Yeah.
himself.
Fucking get done, cat.
Yeah, it just depends on what they say.
I love when you get someone who plays footy on the phone and you start, fucking toys, mate. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Had a big, what position you playing, mate? Yeah, that's right.
Having authority, obviously when you're doing the phone consult with them, a lot of the time they don't really know what they want, so you've got to tell them what they want, right? If they're, again, when it comes down to finding out their why, you need to obviously find out what they want to do and then tell them what they might want. So, I want to feel better for the beach. Cool, is that, are you single or are you wanting to look better for your partner? Like, tell them what they want. When it comes to the price point as well, tell them what they want based on all the information that you've collected from them. Cool, pretty straightforward. Overcoming fear. So obviously, if you're fearful on the phone or you're not very competent with sales, they can smell this very quickly and you just won't stay in power and control the conversation. You need to sound confident on the phone. You need to sound competent on the phone and you need to sound like you're the expert of your field, which obviously you are. Really, really important as well. If you're sort of jittering when it comes to asking about the credit card or something like that, it just doesn't go down well and you just won't close them. Don't be afraid to ask for business. Now, we just had a member in our group, in our Fit Pro group, we've achieved him 115 leads, but he's only made 9 sales. Liam got to the core of this, and it's because when it comes down to the close, he wouldn't even fucking ask them for the business. He'd just go and send them a payment link or send them more information via email, right? 115 leads and he's only got 9 sales, and it's because he's too fearful to ask them for that business. He's too fearful for rejection, hence why he's just not asking for business. But if he asked every single person that he spoke to, he probably would have tripled his sales by now. 100%. Cool. So when it comes to referrals, my rule of thumb is always 2 referrals per sale. Every single sale that you get over the phone, 2 referrals. Now you can, depending on what your referral scheme is, whether you give them a free challenge or something like that, if they refer someone, that's up to you. But for me, I just say, cool, obviously you've got started, that's really great. I do have 2 more spots for this challenge. Did you have anyone in your family or any of your friends that you wanted to jot down just their name and number, and I can give them a call and invite them into the challenge as well. If so, you'll get a $100 Visa card or you'll get something like that, whatever your referral scheme is. But just ask. Like, if you don't ask, you're not going to get it. It's really, really simple. If you ask for every single person, majority of people will give you 2 referrals. It's just about doing those little bits every single day.
Do you give, so say if that person signs up, do you give every single person like a gift?
It's up to you what you're wanting to do. You might, it's really up to you. Yeah. It's up to you guys what you want to offer for that referral if they sign up. But obviously, getting at least 2 referrals of every single sale, it's a really easy conversation to have. I'll be like, cool, Belinda just signed up. She gave me your details, said that you might be interested. You go through the script with them and you close them. Cool. Yeah. Cool, yeah. So I've sent you through the text message hacks in a different one in that Facebook thread as well. Just the process of what I use, and I've got some, like some photos of there of what other people use as well. I generally use SMS broadcast. Boys, listen, you'll like this one. I reckon the SMS. Use SMS broadcast, copy and paste all the numbers into SMS merge, paste your templates, have a call to action, example, reply me, send out SMS and sit back and watch. Honestly, it has got people that many sales, and we'll go into, if you open the text message hack one, this is literally Katie from yesterday, commented 18 hours ago, do you have any ideas on SMS broadcast, the template that you've got? I sent her through a template that's generated hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hey everyone, just letting you know that we've got an amazing one-time offer for our 28-day challenge. You'll get 4 sessions per week, nutrition coaching, 4 body scans, accountability, your own coach to help track and measure everything along the way. You can join now for only $197 or reply me to secure your spots. She replied back this morning, this has got me 8 sales. We had Johan in the 1% group, got inspired by Ruben and his SMS campaign, sent it out to some old members. Within 10 minutes, I had 24 people reply me and had 7 people pay via the link already on a Friday Arvo whilst having a beer. Not a single phone call made. I'll be having 20 people signed up. He had about 45 people signed up into the initial offer and I think like 23 into the core offer. Said the total value of literally that one SMS was like 45 grand or something like that.
So it costs about, if you send about 3,500, it costs about $800, eh?
I think it's about 7 cents a text, so you want to keep it nice and short.
Yeah.
Yeah, via SMS. Yeah, but 3,500 texts, like they're getting 15 sales of 500,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
that's
would
what I did.
generate you a lot of cash. How many did you get?
15, I think.
Okay, yeah, what were you charging?
Oh, we charge 97 baht.
Yeah.
But they'll stay.
Was that an exhausted lead list?
That was fucking members from like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Rejoined again. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it for like fucking 6 years.
Have you done it again though? Have you done that same list again?
Nah, just do it again.
Yeah. So I do that list like twice a month.
Yeah, every month.
Yeah, until you just only get 1 or 2.
Yeah, okay.
Sort of it. Your text might have been too long. That's quite expensive. Maybe your text was too long. I don't know.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Does anyone have any questions about the SMSing at all?
Sorry, so you send out the broadcast and then you just say me and then...
Not just me, like you should give them a little bit more information than that.
No, they say, reply me.
And then they'll just reply me and you just call them straight away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if you want to do like a payment link and get sales straight away, you can. But if you just do the reply me, you'll get a lot more responses. And you literally just call them straight away and sign them up.
So what did he do?
That same text message.
So he didn't call, obviously.
No, he put like a Stripe payment link and just
On the first text.
yeah, and just let everyone pay via the link.
No, I think the second, yeah, when they replied to me.
Oh, okay.
They said, look, it's pretty,
go here and
went crazy, here's a payment.
Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, it's like if they
It has worked for you guys?
What?
We
Yeah,
would have
but
filled
we
it,
didn't
but
sell many. We only sold 1 to core offer, but that was a
How many leads do you guys have in total? Like all your leads in total, how many would you have?
in the text message.
Just in total, just anyone that's not a member right now that's inquired at some time with you guys. 4 or 5 leads?
No, like 100.
Yeah, okay.
100.
And how often do you send them texts and emails?
First time we've done it.
you see them emails each week, guys?
Yeah, they're on our email list.
They're on our blog and stuff.
So you'll get them in the months too.
Text message twice a month. Just a big call to action, twice a month. Yeah, until they tell you to fuck off or sign up.
You can add scarcity and urgency to the text as well. It's just like, because they know that it might be $97 or whatever for the challenge. Or you can just go, next 12 people to reply back to this text message with me, get it for $40. When they reply to me, obviously best practice, like Ruben saying, to always call them straight away. As soon as they text me, just call them. And if they don't answer, then just text them and go, tried to call you, there's still some spots available, just pay it.
I've exhausted lists to the point where, yeah, I've literally got none after like the 15th time, but made that many sales. Like when I was doing 200 sales a month, I reckon at least 50 were just via text. So it's really, really important. I'd say twice a month and you guys would just sit back and watch. Obviously your lead list isn't huge, but if you're getting an extra 10 or 15 members from that, that's 10 or 15 members you don't need to worry about for your leads and your sales and everything like that. Like it's huge. Sounds like majority of you aren't away from capacity, like aren't far away. So having little hacks like this just makes your life a lot easier. Cool. So yeah, homework for everyone. Text all your leads. I'd say that exact similar text, or obviously edit the way you want it at least twice a month, and then let us know the results that you get. Because every single person that I've sent it out to gets some crazy results, no matter how large their lead base is.
And just do that cost, that price?
Or no, whatever you're charging. Yeah. If you're going like straight into like a 16-week challenge or something like that, then you can just say from $9 a day or something like that, or don't even put the price point in.
So if we're doing the 21 for 42, we would put that in there.
Yeah, and probably even a payment link because it's just easy.
Would you include dropouts in your lead list?
Sorry?
Like ex-clients into your lead list?
Yeah, ex-clients. Just literally anyone that's not a member right now. Cool. Email hack as well. So we'll go through the email that I normally send out. It's really up to you guys if you want to do the 9-word emails and everything like that. Like obviously there is phases and it does make sense to do sequences and stuff, but when I was just full-time selling, these were pretty much the ones that I would use. Cool, so start off with, obviously it's just to everyone. You can do individual name fields if you want, but I was just doing it to everyone and BC seeing them in the email. So hey everyone, this is the last opportunity to jump on board for the 28-day challenge. What's included? You get 16 small group personal training sessions, nutritional guidance, planning, accountability, portion control, health and nutrition seminars, 3 body composition scans to track results, guaranteed results or money back with the timetable. We're down to our final 3 spots, obviously creating urgency. Payment must be completed by 7 p.m. tonight. So this is one where I would send a payment link. This is a life-changing challenge where we become fitter, faster, stronger, healthier, gain confidence, increase self-esteem, energy and happiness. Below is the payment link and the induction times prior to starting. Click here to join now. Obviously that payment link was live at some point. Save $100 and then the induction times, then they would reply with their full name, mobile number, orientation time. So this is one that we used a lot when we were doing our opening, where we opened with 211 members at 247. And yeah, Steve and myself were the ones that ran that, and out of those 211, we probably got about 60 people that just paid via this link. So it is really, really powerful stuff. Cool. Any questions at all? Why are you smiling, Belinda? Exciting.
Fun. Sales is fun.
Cool. Perfect. All right, so hands up if you've read Think and Grow Rich. Cool. There's a few of us here. Perfect. If you haven't, I'd highly recommend to do it. I want to go through just some of the principles that I think resonate really well with sales. I've only recently, I've read it twice now, but I only recently read it probably about 3 months ago, and it just really ignited everything for me, which is great. So cool, so desire. Desire is the starting point for all achievement. The first steps towards riches. But it's here that we so often run into a roadblock. A person will say, I know what I desire, but can I get it? The answer was expressed by Emerson. There's nothing capricious in nature, and implanting of a desire indicates that its gratification is in the constitution of the creature and it feels. In other words, you would not have the desire unless you were capable of its achievement. So for me, I use this for sales, right? I know that I can achieve 2 sales a day. I know that 2 sales a day, like I'm thinking this for the upgraded man now, will get me 400 members in 200 days. And we're doing 830 grand a year if we're charging 40 bucks per week. Like I know that I can achieve that. I break it down daily. It's a desire of mine. I think about it all the time. I think about, cool, just 2 sales a day, just 2 sales a day, 2 sales a day. I've got a business that's doing 830 grand. So a burning desire is nothing more than an accurate picture of what you will one day become. So right here, firmly establish in your mind of which you desire more than anything else and cherish and nurture that. A man without desire has him with no principle, action, or motive to act. So again, I'm tying this in for sales, right? It's a burning desire of mine to ensure that I'm hitting my sales every single day, every single month, for my revenue goal, for obviously Trav's revenue goal, the amount that I want to be earning of the different businesses, all that sort of stuff. Faith. Faith is a state of mind that may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind, by conscious auto-suggestion, by summoning over and over again the mental image of yourself having already accomplished your main desire. You will muster the faith you need. Faith is vital to accomplishment. So whether it's obviously, you know, Susie, like coaching 1 million women, like have faith that you're going to do it every single day. Figure out a plan how you're going to do it. Obviously for you with the gaming, like, you know, coaching those men, how are you going to do it? Have faith that you can do it. Think about it all the time. Make sure you've got an action plan. Break it down daily. Do those little bits every single day. Like you've got the systems and the processes and it's going to fucking happen. It is literally impossible for it not to happen, right? Cool. Auto-suggestion. Through repeated suggestion, the subconscious mind can be put to work. The subconscious mind accepts it as fact and begins to devise the way of bringing it about. Here's where hunches come from. Sudden flashes of thought, inspiration, or guidance. To access the power of auto-suggestion, go into some quiet spot, perhaps at bed at night, close your eyes and repeat aloud so you may hear your own words. A careful reaffirmation of where your goal happens to be. If it's accumulation of a sum of money, reiterate the time limit for its accumulation and the description of the service or merchandise you intend to give it for its return. So if you know that you need to achieve 2 sales a day, you know that you've got to put 2 hours a day for it, you know that you've got to get 20 leads, you know that you've got to go call those 20 leads and speak to those 10 people, right? It's breaking it down in your mind every single day to ensure that you can actually achieve it the following day. As you carry out these instructions, see yourself already in possession of the goal, whether it's a gym at full capacity, whether it's 5 gyms. When Travis obviously knew that he started 1 gym, he knew it wasn't just going to be 1 gym, right? He knew he'd be changing 10,000 lives per year. It's extremely important. Imagination, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Obviously, we all know that's extremely relevant and important. Man's only limitation within reason lies in the development and use of his imagination, and I can't even fucking pronounce these words anymore. Everything's blurry. Subsequent motivation to action. The great leaders of business, industry and finance, and the great artists, musicians, poets and writers all became great when they developed the power of self-motivation. As you go about your daily work, think constantly of ways which it could be done better, more efficiently. Think of the changes that are inevitable. Can they be made now? When it comes to selling, this is all I think about as well. Is there anything that I could be doing better right now to obviously get those deals done? Decision. I actually can't pronounce this word at all. I already started with this. Can someone say it? Analysis? Yeah, that's the one. Of several hundred people who've accumulated fortunes well beyond the $1 million mark, disclose the fact that every single one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly and changing of these decisions slowly when they were to be changed. Persistence. Obviously, this one's massive when it comes to sales. Selling can be a fucking slug of a job. It can absolutely suck. But it's the persistence that gets you that end result, right? To get 200 people per month, it was a grind, it was a slog, but I got paid really great for it. We hit the targets that we needed to. So it was just the persistence that's what I wanted more than anything else. Persistence is the simple power of will. Willpower and desire, when properly combined, make an irresistible pair. Persistence to an individual, what carbon is to steel. In uncounted thousands of cases, persistence has stood the difference between success and failure. It is the lack of quality more than any other that keeps majority of great accomplishment. As soon as the going gets tough, they fold. Enthusiastic support. So whether you hate sales calls, or do it with someone that might like it a little bit. Like get a couple of people in an office and do sales calls together. Someone that's obviously with the same goal as well. It's of great significance that behind practically every great leader, there's been supportive love and inspiration of a spouse or peers as well. When things get tough, you know that you can count on them. They will. You may be deserted by some of you thought they were friends, but if you've got a good woman or man supporting you, you'll never be alone. He or she'll be willing to start over again if necessary, and will give you new enthusiasm that comes through faith in you. Having someone to love is having someone to share your success and accomplishments with, is to give you the praise that all of us need from time to time. A person can be successful without a spouse or a family, but it's real much joy is lost if it cannot be shared. Organized planning, cool. So the first of the 6 steps for transforming desire into reality is the formation of a definite practical plan, which this transformation may be made. Once you do, it is critical that you ally yourself with one or many people or a group or as many people as you can to carrying out the creation of your plan. And then organized planning is one of the most important principles, because a person without a plan is like a ship without a course, with no place to go. Disaster is a probability. So again, I tie all of this in with sales when it comes down to leads, how many calls I need to make, how many sales I need to make, how many referrals I need to make, and do the same things over and over again. Cool, so I think that's the first bit done for now. Yep, cool. Do you guys have any questions at all? That book was Think and Grow Rich, by the way, so I'd highly recommend to give it a read. You can get it on Audible, but it's really powerful stuff. Cool. Perfect. Thanks, mate. Beautiful.